killed the CDs, the DVDs, books.
Yes.
Many.
I just published my 7th book last week, and I never thought I'd live to see the day.
Let them see it.
Yes, that's Alan. Give it a plug. There you go. And I'll say one thing. About 25 years ago.
Just hold it right up there to the camera. Right, okay, good man. Right, that'll do.
Yeah, the cover is, if you're wondering, is Finbar Saunders, and a long time ago I wrote a tune for that Viz magazine, that Lads magazine out of, I think it's published out of London, and it's, this character still makes me laugh. It's still Finbar Saunders and his double entendres, so anyways, this is, I sent an email to the artist Simon Thorpe earlier in the year, and I told him about this tune, and so the email finally reached him, and he says, yeah, I'll bang one out for you, a bagpipe playing Finbar. So I was thrilled, and he did. And by the looks of the cover, he did research on it, because the pipes are right, and the fingers are right, although they're cartoon. So, yeah.
Tell us about the content.
So this is, of all the books I've done, this has the broadest range of contributing content. So what I mean by that is, first of all, there's over 20 contributors, and also the styles are very different from, the Glenewig MacDonald Brothers Gaelic infused sort of a style. And they're different even between the three of them. They have different, but generally there's a feel that you can identify with those guys. And then you've got you've got the pipe band style, and there's a couple of tunes from Ryan Canning, which is excellent tunes. And then you've got just a whole list of contributors that span all the different kinds of flavors. We've got Angus MacPhail from Skippinish has got a 2/4 march. He's an accordion player, and so I'm really pleased with it. And because of that, aside from the cartoon on the cover, I think it's a distinctive project. So when I can be involved in a distinctive project, I'm happy.
Where do you buy it?
Piping Center, McCallum's right now. It's very limited and exclusive. So I would go to McCallum's Bagpipes in Kilmarnock or the Piping Center right now.
Do you intend the online later on?
Yes, it's online now too. You can get it online at my website, dunaber.com. But since we're in Kilmarnock, I think I have to
absolutely
promote the locals.
It's all right. They'll sell them go like hotcakes.
Yes, I hope so.
How much is a book?
It's £15.
Okay.
£15 a book.
How many tunes in the book?
There's let's see. That's a good question. Roughly 85 tunes.
Okay.
It's a pretty big book.
80 odd tunes.
Yep. And I don't mean odd tunes. Well, maybe there are. My tunes.
Fantastic. And the best of luck with that.
Thanks,
Have a
Alan.
success.
Thanks very much.
Sincerely, because you've had many of your compositions have been played both on the solo platform and quite distinctively with pipe bands. And we did discuss earlier with the earlier interview your tunes getting played by the 17th Fraser
Yes,
Milners.
that's right.
And to great success there. So you've been composing for many years, and we did cover that in an earlier segment.
Yeah, we did.
So we've mentioned one book. You have many books again.
So 7 books, and
tell us about the books.
Right. So I think if you look at the books that I've published, you can see how, quite rightly, I think your mind would change as how your approach to music, and also I think you get better at composing. Although, yeah, I think you get better. I think you do get to understand how things go, and so. The first
what works
book,
and what doesn't work, yeah?
What works and what doesn't work, what's already been done, what doesn't need to be done again.
You explained that as well, about the difficult part and all the rest.
Yeah, so that's very important.
All these tunes as a youngster, so
they think it's original.
Yeah,
it's not.
No, and you've got this background knowledge in your head that if you start to compose difficult part again, no, it's been done.
It sure as hell has.
So I remember somebody criticising Ronnie Laurie about the Glenfinnan Highland Gathering. It said it'd been done already, but not really.
That's pretty harsh criticism, I'd
It
say.
was, but the people in the 60s were harsh, but it was a jealousy by another chap who had never composed anything. And when Rory composed something, it was pretty durable, you know.
Well,
Ina Mackenzie and all this sort of
those
stuff.
are great tunes. Glenn Finnan's classic.
Aye. So, but it's a very strong point that you don't want to be plagiarism and doing the same thing twice. So it depends how good your memory is. Again, you know.
At the same time, you know, I was I forget who it was. It was a non-piping musician talking about creative influences and how we all influence each other. And I think that's fair. Things that happen around us musically, including within piping tunes, they'll rightly influence, but you have to be very careful. Back to the point that you know, the level of derivativeness needs to be very carefully managed, so it's not a rip-off, you know. But it can be influenced.
So your books. What was the first one?
The first book I did was in 1989, book one, and I went to the bank and got a loan. But that was 1989, and from there, it was every few years I produced a book. So Lismore was involved in my first 4 books, or Eyes of Music. I will say I've had some difficulties in, just for anyone that's getting involved in composing and producing music. Be very careful of the royalty thing. Be on top of it. I'm not hugely on top of it as I should be. I know the tunes this is just a little friendly tip of the day. Watch where you sign off royalties, and because right now some of those books that have some of my most played tunes, I haven't seen royalties in years for them, you know, and they're being played, you know, at the Worlds this last week. There was tunes played, and so I'm kind of working through PRS. I know Bruce Gandy's already come through this to the bright side, but you'd be very careful about where you sign off royalties to, and keep a copy of your record. So book 5 is available online free. So if you go to my website, you can download a PDF of that free. That was a mix of it had a small group of contributors, but it wasn't as broadly, the profile of the kinds of tunes wasn't as diverse as the 7th book. And the 6th book I did was the Damned Suites and Other Music, and that was it was a hardcover book, and that was the one that had all the Toronto Police pieces of music with the harmonies in it. And
the name of it again?
Damned Suites and Other Music.
You better spell that.
DAMNED, Suites.
Damned Suites.
Damned Suites.
Okay.
And Other Music. And actually, that was, of all the projects that I've done, that probably was the most successful commercially. I intentionally did a limited run on that, hardcover, premium price, numbered, signed. That was the whole, just trying to think of how to make this music book thing work. So that's something for people to consider if they're doing books in the future, because I think that there's a marketing attractiveness to doing that at times, not always, but I mean at times. So there's still a few copies of that around. And then the 7th book, which I've now have to figure out how to flog.